we're starting to see a little bit of gain coming in on an intraday basis. In fact, it's up as much as 18% from the first tick, currently at around 90 rupees per share. And of course, the issue was it was issued at around 76 rupees per share. So it's certainly going at a premium to its issue price. But Puneet, in terms of how this listing has panned out, let's take up first what has worked in favor of Ola and all the factors that are coming through for the kind of premium that we are seeing on this company right now.
Yeah, definitely. So, we've seen that Ola is one of the largest market share companies in the two-wheeler electric vehicle space. And that's clearly, one of the positives about the company. But we just looked at, the business person, what could be one of the most positives that driving this particular share price, post-listing, tepid listing, as you rightly said. So, first is, of course, the EV penetration in two-wheelers specifically. It's gone up to 5.4% now from roughly, and it's doubled over the last 2 years. But brokerages such as HDFC Securities sees that this will move up from 5% to 41% by FY28, and sees that Ola will be one of the biggest beneficiaries in this particular market. They have currently already 35% market share, and that is expected to sustain going forward as well over the next couple of years. Another thing that has been one of the key positives, which is a key differentiation from Ola Cabs, which is the other company of the group, is attracting talent. Now, for the gigafactory that they're setting up for manufacturing battery cells, they've hired Hyun Sung Park over the last few years. Now, he's one of the veterans of the industry. He's worked with LG for the last 30 to 35 years in the battery manufacturing space. He's been to China also for the particular plant in LG, and they've been, attracted him. They've got him, and he has the biggest paycheck in the company, which is higher than Bhavesh Agarwal as well. That's one of the key things, and one of the key things to look at going forward as well. That's something that the market is pricing in. Potentially giving positive thumbs up also that they will be manufacturing their own batteries. The other thing is, of course, the R&D tech centers that they have. They already have 3, one in India, US, as well as the UK. And what's interesting is that 86% of the components for the 3 models, Ola S1 Pro, the Air, is similar. So it's like the same components. So they are basically looking to build models for the long term where they have a similar platform and then they make changes on that. And that's the model that, guys like TVS as well as Bajaj Auto follow for scooters as well as bikes. So that's another key positives. They already are eligible for 2 PLI schemes, which is the auto PLI and the cell manufacturing that we just spoke about, and the gigafactory as well, which is going to be one of the most positives for the company. The phase 1 is already completed, and the second phase of 5 gigawatt capacity is going to come in by February of 2025.
Sure.
So that's definitely one of the positives that might, the market might be, very positive on the company.
Right, Puneet, but it can't just be about positives, right? What are the key concerns and risks here?
I think one of the key things is, of course, the valuation that we've spoken about in detail before the listing as well. Now, that could have been one of the reasons for the tepid listing as well. It currently trades at EV to sales of 5 times, and do note that it's a loss-making company. So it has roughly 1,500 odd crores of losses for this particular financial year, 2024. Now, that's slightly higher than last year, which is a negative. But they see that over the next 2-3 years, they should move on to the profitability gambit. The other thing is also that, since we can't compare it to on profits, EV to sales, while Bajaj trades around the same valuation, TVS is actually cheaper on the EV to sales metrics going forward. So that's another thing that, TVS is, a much more profitable company that we know. The second thing is, of course, the subsidy reduction. Now, in electric vehicles, we've seen a 50% reduction in subsidies from the FAME 2 scheme to the new EMPS scheme. That's also a key negative because that's impacted demand in Q1. And the smaller players have, of course, been affected much more larger than Ola. But, that has been one of the negative impacts. And finally, the EV bike segment that the company is really positive on. We might see some action on the 15th of August this year. They are saying that they will be launching, they've launched a teaser already. But this is a very nascent space, not as much as, the scooters. Now, they sold roughly 3 lakh scooters last year, but the EV bike segment just had about 10,000 odd bikes sold by the whole industry. So it's a very, a space that's not been conquered by the existing players and, a big question mark, so as to say, going forward.
Absolutely. Well, Puneet, thank you so much for getting us all those updates, pros and cons, which are very important to consider here.